Hey, what's up? It's just Nick, WBLS, and the Love King is here, y'all. The Love King, my guy. I'm so proud of him. Artist, songwriter, entrepreneur, and now radio host. Raheem DeVaughn, what's up?
What's up, Nick?
With your pretty ass smile. Look at your
thank
smile. Why?
Hey, you know.
Come on, teeth.
I'm smile. I got a lot to smile about.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm in New York. Boom. That's one reason. I'm here with you. I'm here with Nick, y'all. That's another reason, right?
That part.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of great things going on right now.
Yes, and you're celebrating 20 years of one of my favorite songs that you've ever put out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, actually, the entire body of work, the Love Experience album, you know, and 20 years later, I've remade one of my nostalgic records, You, which is going up right now at radio, just came in top 30. You know, as it climbs the Billboard charts. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the song was hot then, and then to hear how you flipped it and still made it sound fresh and sexy, I'm like, everybody can't do that, you know?
You know, you got to breathe life. Sometimes you have to go into the bag and go through the catalog and figure out those records that deserve the chance or the look that they didn't get the first time and just, you know, revamp them and rework them. I have a vast catalog, a large catalog of, you know, I feel like radio-worthy records, you know, and, you know, You was one of those, you know, coming off of the 20th anniversary of the Love Experience album and, you know, now understanding business in ways that I didn't, you know, 20 years plus ago, you know, it affords me the right to make it a new master, too, and have ownership of it, too. So
we're going to get into that.
It's a business move as well, yeah.
Yeah, but when you first recorded You, did you think it was going to do what it did?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like You was an anthem for the women, you know, like globally, and you know, on my Jive Records run, I didn't feel like it got the shot it deserved. You know, that's not a shot to, you know, the team over there at the time or what have you, but you know, it's about timing and alignment. So if ever there was a time where it goes number one, top 10, you know, I it would be now, you know, and to have the ownership and to be independent, to be able to really reap the fruits of the labor, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel like it was hard for you as an R&B artist at that time? Because, you know, your type of style of music back then, and even today, it's still hard to get that type or genre on radio.
Yeah, I never felt like it was hard. I think when you really understand how radio works and the importance of marketing and promotions and being able to, most importantly, like invest in yourself or you know, if you're going to go get one of these loans, these 360 deals, what have you, know, which I wouldn't recommend, but I've been independent for like 15 years, so I've been able to be my, you know, own guinea pig and trial and error for, you know, success, failure, you know, but all while aspiring to inspire, you know.
Yeah. And tell me about this journey as you are independent, working on, you know, getting your money and no middleman.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely a lot more sleepless nights, a lot more hard work, you know. You know, for me, you know, taking the time to learn and understand the infinite banking system and how you can leverage, you know, whole life policies to invest in yourself, you know, to be an own line of credit, you know, that's changed my life, you know, and up the ante on the things that I want to be able to do and allow me to be able to invest in myself. So, you know, without that tutelage, without that knowledge, I'd probably be in a different space than I am right now.
What kind of student was you in school?
Because in school,
you giving nerd right now.
I was quiet, focused, you know.
Super smart though?
I wanted to get out of school. I was a decent student, you know what I mean? Like I'm more like off the porch, street smart, you know, read the room, see the plays before they happen, you know. I do believe in the power of prayer and manifestation and the art of like knowing versus believing.
Yeah.
You know, so if that makes me a nerd, then I'm the coolest nerd you ever meet.
No, I love it. No, and I love the fact that you are open about telling what you learned and spreading that knowledge because, I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's about.
I mean, you know, as you know, I've been able to be a mentor and an inspiration to newer artists, and you know, many a night, you know, over the decades, there have been different artists who you can ring my line and have a conversation and confidentiality about, you know, transitioning out of like management properly, or you know, there's a few artists out there that will help get out of their record deals, their contracts and stuff like that, you know, and you know, just understanding where the business model is in real time. You know, I was using EvenDoBiz 3 years ago. You know, as an early platform. You know, even as an early investor. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so to have a hand in something that helps me go direct to consumer. You know, that I believed in. You know, to a point that, you know, what I made, I invested back into it.
Yes.
You know, that's all part of being self-made. You know, shout out to Mag Rodriguez, to the owner of EvenDoBiz. It's going crazy right now. You know, my current release that is on the way. You know, we like 2 days out. Drops on February 13th. You know, for exclusive release, direct to consumer. EvenDoBiz. You know, Mag is the owner of the brainchild and owner of the concept of EvenDoBiz, and the incredible week J. Cole. They, like 2 weeks now. The incredible rollout that J. Cole just had.
Yeah.
You know, is powered through. You know, is doing that through Even as well, direct to consumer. You know, Wale was the first, like, you know, global national artist. You know, to you know, where his assets were there, digital assets. You know, prior to the regular DSP release, you know, so you get a lot of bang for your buck when you buy the art from the artist over at Even. You know, you take my project for example that drops on Friday. You know, Quiet Storm Lover Volume 1. It is a lot of dope incentives that you get. You know, when you buy directly from me, you know, CDs, tape cassettes.
Oh, bring them back! Come on.
You know what I mean. Vinyl, merch bundle packages. You know, access to raffles to win tickets, backstage passes, you know, FaceTime phone calls, you name it. Like, you get as elaborate or organic as you want to be in the process. You know, I plan to call everybody and chop it up with them and thank them personally.
Wow.
Know, or in some cases pull up on them to thank them personally. You know, to purchase the project on Even, and then it'll be released on March 6th.
Yeah.
On all your regular subscription-based DSPs, but Even is not a subscription-based platform. You sign up for free, and the only time that you break bread is when you buy from the artist directly.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's, you know, runs the same way
as
some of our favorite DSPs, and after, like I said, after March 6th, it will be available everywhere except for Spotify.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm starting to notice a trend, right? Because Cardi B was selling CDs out the back of the trunk, J. Cole. So I like that artists are getting back to that, and they want to get their money.
Like, it's back. History repeats itself. You know, if you got a CD player, you know, not blow the dust off of it. You know, knock the dust off of it. And then they have like some really cool players that are out there. Yeah. You know, shout out to IDK, hip hop artist IDK, who's from the DMV area. He just did something that was very nostalgic, involving a very unique CD player and CD, you know, that's embedded, you know, with his fans. So, you know, get it how you live it, but it's a testament that people still want to, you know, rip the packaging off at a CD, read the credits, see the artwork,
the lyrics.
Yeah, you know, and then you know, you have NFCs as well, you know, which is, you know, it gives you ownership of rare exclusive content, photos, videos, all the things. You know, be one of one, be one of 100, one of 5. Yeah. You know, to say, hey, I was there, you know, and have this this artist memorabilia.
What was the moment that made you say that I want to know more about the business and I need my money?
I've always been on that.
Yeah,
from day one. Like, you know, I started out as an independent artist. I was the first, you know, soul and R&B singer to make mixtapes. You know, to jack the beats and make the mixtapes and, you know, sell them for promotional use only and all the things, and you know, created a whole campaign which leveraged and forced the hand of Jive Records at the time, where I was signed to put the album out. You know what I mean? So always been on my business, always knew that I'd be, you know, independent again, and, you know, reading the fine print and getting a lawyer and not just being so gung-ho to sign something, you know, for the stardom and the fame. You know what I mean? I always wanted to get to the bag, and but more importantly, you know, create a organic experience for the fan, that, you know, a connection with them that no manager could come in between, no label could come in between, you know, and I feel like I built that. You know, I've always been the first person in the building, in the venue, last person to leave, you know, at the merch area, you know, doing the meet and greets and calling fans. I had the Mike Jones number back in the day.
Come on.
You had the free unlimited Nextel. You could hit the phone and find out where I'm gonna be and leave drops and all the things. So all those things are coming back, and it's great to see history repeat itself. You know, when you see the success of artists like La Russell. I studied hip hop artists a lot. You know, so you see the success of, like, you know, what's happening with La Russell and you know, and how he did it from his backyard. He got it out the mud, and, you know, burned the CDs himself, and just like all the things, man.
People still respect that.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your music a little bit and get into some of your personality, because, you know, you've been writing about love forever. And so who taught you about love in your family, or how to love a woman? Oh
man, you know, I learned how to love a woman by how, you know, from being loved on a woman properly. Like, you know, that starts first and foremost with, like, you know, like grandma. It's something about that grandma's love, you know, that motherly love, you know, how you see your father, you know, treat women and love on the, you know, woman in his life, you know, and you know, we were talking earlier. I think, you know, with artists like, you know, Queen Latifah back then, you know, MC Lyte, you know, Sister Soldier, you know, if you're talking like music, you know, even like Mary, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think Aretha Franklin, you know, just the messaging was like the same, like demanding the respect. You know what I mean? Like, or like, I'm not gonna cry over you, you bum. I don't know if we can curse on here. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So it was a messaging. It was a style in the music, and a style and grace that they had, and, you know, keeping your head up and staying positive and just all the things. You know, that era of hip hop and soul and art and soul and R&B that celebrated women. Like, I always represented that, you know.
Yeah. And it shows in the lyrics and your delivery, and I think that's what a lot of people love about you and your music is just, it's like you truly understand us, you know. So what's your love language?
My love language, I would say, I mean, it's not just one thing. I mean, you know, some of the things that are on the list, you know, is, you know, you got to be a hustler, you know, entrepreneur, get up, know how to go out and get it, you know, warped sense of humor, you know, can burn in the kitchen, knows how to cook, you know, effective communicator, you know, though I think those are some of the quality, you know, music, a lover of music.
For sure.
Yeah, you know, somebody that can you know, pour into you.
Yes. Yeah. Now, when you're in love, how do you express love?
You know, when I know when I'm in love is like when I get you know, I cook for you.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you gonna pull out how you burning the cast iron skillet? What we doing?
You know, some things is better to be shown and not told.
Okay,
the game is to
let me find out.
You know what they say about the game.
We find out you could throw down in the kitchen.
No, Sean. You know what I mean? No, Sean.
I love that. So you've had multiple Grammy nominations.
And one win now too, you know. Shout out to Jay Ivy.
Congratulations!
Yeah, shout out to Jay Ivy. You know, allowing me to be part of his project. You know, we got a W. What was it, last year? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, last year, the year before last. Yeah, but I've had 5 nominations.
Yes.
You know, to date. One last year with my man Mad Skills from VA, who actually won this year.
Yeah, saw that. Congratulations!
Yeah, so we had a nod last year. As well, and so we had the nod last year, and the year before that was the year that you know, I won with being part of Jay Ivy's album.
Yeah. Do you feel a way that you've had 5 nominations and you haven't won yet? Because a lot of people do complain about it.
You know, you know, it's always great to win. I kind of always felt like the first Grammy would come from, you know, a collaboration, which I feel like was dope. I think that everything happens when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And as long as I'm, you know, I'm vibrant, I'm breathing, I'm in good health, you know, there's an opportunity to, you know, the opportunity still is out there to win the Grammy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, you know, as you know, as the art, it would be great to have like a album of the year or singer of the year or different dope category where it's like my win, but to be part of contribute to someone else's art and still be able to say, hey, like I'm a Grammy award winning artist is a dope vibe. But for me, I don't don't get it twisted. As artists, I hold that in the highest of regard. I think that's the highest award we can get. As a dopest award we can get as a musician. But I don't. It don't set it doesn't mean that my music is any less
exactly.
Great or
the only reason I asked is because I had New Edition in and Keep Sweat recently, and they were both saying how they didn't have a Grammy.
Oh, absolutely! It's a long list of artists who have never had a Grammy or even a Grammy nomination.
It's crazy.
I feel like deserve it. But it's all about submissions. It's timing. A great record. You're voted for amongst your peers. You know what I mean? So that's a tricky concept when you like really think about it, and I have the opportunity to be on both sides of that, being nominated, but also, having the tough decision of having to vote for who you just feel like deserves that accolade this year,
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, because I'm going to have you come back soon
so
we can chop it up even more.
Yeah.
But you have a project dropping in March.
Yeah, Quiet Storm Lover, Volume 1, which will be available March 6th on all DSPs, excluding Spotify. So for those that say, well, why not Spotify? You can do your research for your own and make your own decisions. But for me, a lot of things they've been doing doesn't agree with my moral compass. And then the fact that we get paid a fraction of a penny. $1 billion business, but fraction of a penny to the artist. I mean, you do
it's
the math,
crazy work.
Right? So it'll be available, Apple Music and all these different platforms, Tidal, YouTube, so forth and so on, United Masters.
Okay.
And of course EvenDoBiz, the movement. Nothing is more powerful than you as a consumer to buy the art from the artist. So go to EvenDoBiz, EVEN.biz, create a profile page. We're not going to hit you for a subscription. And every time I drop something dope, you'll be the first to know and be part of my exclusive catalog club, if you will, and hear the music before anybody,
Speaking of that, I heard some of the songs. And so it's good. I already have my favorites on there.
Yeah.
I know what single I want personally, but we'll just have to wait until he drops.
I'm curious to know.
You want to know?
Yeah, I want to know which one.
Okay, so see, the man is just looking at me because I know you have your favorite and he has his favorite.
Yeah.
But it is the love song, the last song that I heard that I was singing on my way out, and I told you it's still stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's a bop.
That's a bop.
Yeah, it's a
bop. But then you have
what's
the song that sounds very classic?
Oh, Lay Your Head.
That one too can go because there's a resurgence of that kind of music right now, and people are gravitating to it.
No doubt.
And it's quick and easy, and you're showing off your skills. I think that either
great music
one of those
never
two
dies.
could go.
They never die. It's a project full of slow burners. Slow jams. Which I've always been. I'm embracing the fact that I'm a balladeer instead of running from it or feeling like the pressure. I gotta have the up tempo record. You know what I mean? It's going to give what it needs to give. And for my top tier supporters at EvenDoBiz, not only will you get Quiet Storm Lover Volume 1, but you'll get an entirely, totally secret project that has another 10 songs on it.
Stop.
That's like that you can only get through EvenDoBiz.
Yeah.
Until
Don't knock your fast tempo songs though.
Oh no,
because
I'm no.
I like those too.
Yeah. But when you think about the Quiet Storm. You know what I mean? When you think of and then my newfound love for radio and being in media, having the #1 show out in the DMV. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting, me on WHUR, the home team. I wanted this gives me an opportunity to fuse two things that I'm passionate about and love and really enjoy doing. Of course, I'll be doing music to the end of time, and you can tell that I'm still in love with the idea of making music and performing it. But I love doing radio as well and connecting with community in a different way, and also creating a platform for my peers. Just last night, I had the opportunity to break a new record, by Eric Roberson and Avery Sunshine,
Oh,
who's featured on the record. You know what I mean?
amazing artist. Love
so
her.
it's like, yeah. So it's not, the movement of R&B, soul and R&B is not just about me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a movement that I'm part of. That I'm aligned with, and there's a lot of great artists out there.
And keeping it alive.
Yeah, no, for
because
sure.
you know my history, having been a program director and all of that. You tend to wonder, where does R&B live, right? Because there's certain hip hop stations it's just not gonna go to, and then there's few R&B stations that's really left. You know what I mean? And so, and then they have this thing where if it's kind of like soulful, neo soulish, that it's kind of like, maybe we're gonna play, which is crazy.
And I'm sure you agree. I've always straddled that line of what you might consider, soul or quote unquote neo soul.
Yeah.
And just like really good like R&B, and crooning. So, I feel like I've carved out a lane for myself. Since the Love Experience that I've been consistent in.
Yeah.
And this new body of work, Quiet Storm Lover Volume 1 is no different. I think it's going to be received and loved and going to be a classic album of mine that people talk about, decades from now.
Yeah. It is, because what's the name of the song that I'm referring
Love
to?
Songs.
Love Songs is going to be on repeat.
Yeah.
For me.
There it is.
Like, I obsess over music.
Yeah.
So when I hear a song I really love, it's going to get played at least 100 times.
There it is.
Back to back to back.
We got 1 million+ streams right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right
Literally.
here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And lastly, it's been mentioned, it's out now that you were going on tour with Floetry and Tidra Moses.
Yeah.
What a beautiful selection of artists, and a reuniting that we've all been waiting for and didn't think was going to happen with Floetry.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Joining the Say Yes tour. The news just dropped, and people are blowing up. It's kind of going viral right now online, and people seem to be extremely excited about it. So I'm looking forward to the first night and opening night, and cresting the stage city after city.
That part. How did that come together? Like, are you cool with Marsha and them? And
oh yeah, for sure. I haven't seen Marsha in some time. We do shows together here and there. I think we definitely done something in the last 6 to 8 months together.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly where we were. I think I think we were in Detroit, maybe, right? And but and then Natalie, like, we've worked together like numerous times, over the years. I've been on a few of her projects, and I'm looking forward to getting together with them. I think I had one of the last songs that features that, or one of the only features that folks have had. They're on the Love Behind the Melody album. They're on the record Marathon. And that was probably one of the last times I spent time with them, like, together. So I'm looking forward to to embracing my sisters, and me and Tidra go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. We work together too, and everybody, she's had some incredible viral moments, as I've had as well, in 2025. So man, I don't think you could think of a better.
Yeah, wait,
lineup.
hold on. Speaking of viral moments,
let's talk about it.
Because, I've been to your shows, so I know the Roses is coming out. I know you going out in the crowd. He's with. If you haven't been, come on, you need to go see Raheem, because he's gonna come to you. Okay. Yeah. But then I think I saw you pouring. What was you pouring on yourself?
Oh, that's when I'm in Mr. Midnight mode. AKA Splash Gordon.
Okay. And you was doing this before old buddy brought out the watermelon.
Man, I was doing this since I cracked the cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? But if you haven't been out to a show, I would like to invite all the virgins out to come. And I hope it's everything you thought it would be, and I hope you come back for more. No pun intended. Yeah, that's what it's giving.
Hold on to your virginities, ladies,
this is
okay?
Your guy,
Don't
Sue
be
Cooler
influenced
Jones,
by
a.k.a.
his show.
Smoky Temptations, a.k.a. Mr. Spanky Long Time, Mr. Jiggy, Mr. Conscious, the Love King of Soul and R&B, Radio Raheem DeVaughn, a.k.a. Mr. Quiet Storm. I have many a.k.a.s, but you can just call me, for 2026, you can call me the Howling Wolf. Oh! Touch yourself.
On that note, Raheem, thank you for coming. Y'all,
thank you.
Check out the projects.
I'm sorry, I get besides myself sometimes.
Yeah, hilarious.
It's grown, mannish, and tasteful.
Yes, it is.
Don't let one clip distract you. You must come see the entire show. Shout out to Shade Room, though. We coming to see y'all, too. I want to sit down and talk with y'all soon. It's all love.
It's WBLS, y'all.